Hey, yo, everybody. I tried to go and mute myself, but then the little thing at the top is all like, hey, you're muted. And I'm like, I know, and you're in the way of the little X button.
I finished my makeup in the countdown timer because I was asleep like 15 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. So, yay. Hi, RB.
Hi, CB. How are you?
Oh, tired. Weirdly thirsty. You know that like after nap, like parched and my throat's dry. And I'm like lightly feel like I'm undead, but it's okay. But yeah. Ooh, all sorts of emotions. Or not emotions, physical things only. I'm fine.
RPs. Hey, yo. Hey, Katrina, it's been a while. Let me tell you, my dyslexia with the PR O'Brien and the RP Brogan, I am like, at first I was like, oh, you two have the same last name. No, you don't at all.
BRs, and there's some P's. And
yes, and I'm dyslexic,
close.
So the order does not matter.
No, as
the
you
letters
were,
are all there.
I was saying like, oh, I can see how you can conflate those two. Well, look, past me grabbed a clementine for me to eat, so I'm gonna eat that now. Probably meant to eat it a while ago.
We usually try to keep some fruit in the house, and ever since the house got the stomach flu, I have kept a steady supply of oranges. And I'm like, everyone must eat one in the morning. Like, I don't care what else you eat throughout the day, but you're gonna get this vitamin C in you.
Legit. So. Legit.
Yeah.
Well, how have you been doing? Catch us up. What's the haps?
Slowly catch us up.
I have, like, legitimately, I have thought about you recently, and I was like, I hope Katrina's doing well. So, I think I was doing. I was looking through some stream stuff because I was like organizing the archive because Fox and I are serial hoarders, but we're organized hoarders. So we like to keep, all of the old stuff. So, like the graphics and stuff from 2025. And I was going through some of my Fox folders and I saw the Fox Shrine. And I was like, aw, I miss the Fox cult. Wonder what Katrina's been up to.
I miss the Fox cult. A wild thing to say.
I mean, look, Katrina was the leader of the Fox fan club. So I don't know if RP knew about it though. Oh. Like legitimately, we have a Mila note where there's a shrine dedicated to Fox.
Yep.
So
I think it came up a couple times. Yeah, I think it came up a couple of times.
I think there was a little bit of overlap.
I like that I am not the only one who looks through the Realm Mila note every now and then. So how was everybody's weekend, and how are you today? So for my weekend,
what I did.
That's fine. The children's spring break has started, and Chris's unofficial sort of spring break, it kind of like aligned with his long weekend, and so he just used some vacay days so that he can get extra time with the kiddos. So we're taking the children on a date tomorrow. I don't want to say where we're going yet because that's like the same as live tweeting it, and I don't do that with my children.
Yeah.
So, well, it's like if we're like, oh yeah, we're going to the zoo. The zoo is big, and it would be a lot harder to find us.
And vague.
Yeah, and vague. Well, no, everybody knows that I go to the Nashville one. That's I've live streamed. I've live streamed from the Nashville Zoo for the Storytellers Hearth. But like I said, the Nashville.
Oh, Sam's camera quality is actually pretty good today, which is weird because her camera quality has been really bad recently. Alas, she is currently frozen. What'd you do this weekend, RP?
I traveled to Charlotte for the weekend.
Oh.
And I went to a Magic the Gathering con.
Oh.
3 days. Yeah. So I got to
Buy
play
some cool stuff.
Yeah. Got to play a lot of Magic.
Nice.
Which was great. It was a good time.
That's good.
Good time. Got some artist signatures on some cards, so that's fun.
Where did
Love that? Hi, Sam. Nope.
My internet.
Fix it? I can fix it.
Okay. No, that's not what I was trying to fix.
Oh.
It's fine. I will fix what I need to fix. You guys just keep going.
Okay.
What'd you do this weekend, CB?
On Friday, I'm counting it as the weekend. I went on a hike and then I went line dancing. Like full on woo. I don't know what that was, but yeah. I'm a really bad dancer, but I had a lot of fun. My knee was in pain yesterday though, but it's better today. And then on Saturday we have the Scum Villain stream, so I basically read Scum Villain all day because I'm really bad at reading in advance. And then honestly, I have no idea what I did yesterday. Literally have no idea. Wait, no, I went out and got boba with a former like supervisor from an internship.
I was gonna say you had plans outside of your apartment yesterday.
I did. I left the house, which is impressive.
That was what I needed to fix.
My little sound squares have disappeared or are falling off the wall slightly because my walls aren't sticky somehow. Yes, line dancing was fun, Katrina. I agreed to go again with the person, and I'm excited about it. Even though, Sam, are you meant to be really big right now?
Yes, it's very hard for me to fix our setting because Artemis is all up in the way. Okay, I got it. I got it. We're good.
Okay.
All right. Here's the thing. If I tried to move her at that exact moment, she would have tried to step on the keyboard, and it was just easier.
It probably just would have ended the stream.
Yeah, it would have been easier to just slowly, because she wasn't on my laptop, and she's not like blocking my general view. She was just specifically blocking the one area of the laptop to look for my files.
Like, haha, you try and move me out of the way, I end whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, yesterday I got boba, which is really nice. It was really good. And then I went to a used bookstore, which means I spent a lot of money. And I got a encyclopedia of Legend of Zelda for $17.
Which is a really good deal.
It's a steal. According to the internet, it's usually like $50. I know Sam said like 35, but I found it.
Well, okay, so when they were first printed, they were 35. And then they were reprinted, and when they were reprinted, I think they were reprinted for 45. But they might be up to 50 now because I believe they're printed by Viz, and Viz has risen their prices twice now in the past several years. Dark Horse?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Dark Horse is just on the higher end anyway. Yeah, it's in a set of technically 4. There's the Hyrule Historia, the Encyclopedia, and then Arts and Artifacts. And they cover all of the lore, the weapons, the like behind the scenes, concept art and everything for the Zelda games from the original one all the way up to
Twilight
the one
Princess.
that came. Yeah.
That's what this one says.
No.
This one covers up to Twilight Princess.
Was there no Zelda between Twilight Princess and Bot?
The Legend of Zelda has captivated players with epic lore.
No, it should cover Skyward Sword too. Dark
Horse Books and Nintendo proudly present an encyclopedia that includes information from the original 8-bit adventure all the way up to Twilight Princess HD.
Twilight Princess HD. Okay, that's very different.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're not counting Twilight Princess HD because that's just Twilight Princess but made pretty. It covers all of the videos from the original one up to Skyward Sword. Well, I guess that would also give you some behind the scenes of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD if they want to count that. And then Breath of the Wild came out right after the encyclopedia came out, but before Art and Artifices. So they made Creating a Champion, which is basically just the first 3 books, but only for Breath of the Wild. So she wants to be involved so much. So I hadn't seen Artemis like a lot over the past year, mainly since we got Riju, not because Riju scared her, but because she just didn't want to put up with Riju. But they've been bonding, and so now she just treats Riju as an annoying younger sibling. Oh yeah, I love those 4 books. They are 100% worth it. We sell them at conventions, and I make it a goal to. Well, when they first came out, and for a long time, I made it a goal to like sell out of them every time. But now most people that I could target as, oh yeah, they totally would buy it, already own it. So I'm like,
wow. I took off the little sticker and this says the original price was $40. So still, I saved a lot of money. I didn't actually technically save money because I bought it, but
I count it as saving if it was something you would have like bought at full retail. If you would have bought it at full retail, you're saving money.
Yeah, it's really good condition.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
It's definitely just like sitting on someone's shelf.
Okay, Katrina moved out of her parents' house and got a new job. Congrats! That's
this
a big
weekend?
step.
Very nice.
Or like since we last saw each other.
I think, with the timing of the conversation, it could be either. So yeah, Katrina, this weekend or like in general? I started a cult.
Your secret. How do you get a job?
Line dancing sounds fun.
It is.
Girl math. It's not girl math. It's Virgo math. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So you're going in the store and you're not necessarily intending. See, I don't understand this mentality in the first place. You're going in a store and you're like, I'm not going to spend any money. Why did you go in the store?
Oh no, I was planning on spending money. I was like, oh, I'll do like a $20 price limit, and then I spent $36.
Well, that is lack of self-control.
But they
also,
validated market. So
if it is a good deal, if you're under budget for the day, works out. That's girl math. But if it's something that you look at and you're like, oh, well, I've wanted to buy this, or that's something that I want to buy in the future and it's on sale, yes, you may technically be spending more now than you were planning to spend that day, but you're still saving money in the long run. Because you're like, that retails at $40, right?
Yeah.
And you spent $17, so that's $23 that you don't have to spend on it later.
I also bought a copy of Save the Cat, and then a like children's book that sounded really not children's, like middle grade.
I will say buying Save the Cat is like, that's a work purchase.
Yeah. Right. The Inquisitor's Tale, or Three Magical Children and Their Holy Dog. And I just thought it was really, I really love the spine. And it's like illustrated throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is really cool. And it was only $6, $6.50.
Oh, that's a good deal for a hardcover.
Yeah.
That looks like a hardcover.
It is.
It's
originally $18.
Chris and I, on our date night recently, we went to Books A Million to buy me a cup of coffee because I really like the Books A Million coffee store.
Fair.
But we also decided to look around at the books and stuff and just see if we could find anything for a good deal. At least that's what I always go. I'm always hunting for a good deal. But we were looking through, let me tell you, there are so many like web novels and webtoons that are being printed and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hellaciously like I looked at one and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay. I expect it to be anywhere between $12 and $16. Because like, again, I have worked in selling manga and light novels, hard like special editions and all of that. Like CB's seen the stock. I am if it is if it is
in that realm.
In that realm, I have sold it since I was 16. That's over half my life. I'm pretty good at like looking at it and guesstimating how much it's going to be, especially based on the publisher. This fucking book was $21 or 22. It was a paperback. It was a tall paperback, but it was still a paperback. It was just the average thickness of a novel. And it was a manga. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you so expensive comparatively? And then I saw it was Seven Seas Publishing, and I was like, you motherfuckers. Seven Seas is the new Dark Horse.
Seven Seas does all of the MXTX and really a lot of the Dan May novels.
I know.
And they're all like $18, $19, which isn't bad. But
I mean,
when you're collecting them, it adds up.
So in the world of like mangas and stuff, mangas and comics, Dark Horse used to be known as like they were the premium manga publisher. So like, well, all the other mangas and stuff were $9.99, $10.99. Maybe an omnibus was $14 because it's like 2 or 3 in one. Dark Horse would be like $20. So like, or they'd be like 13 or 14 for their regular and then like 20 for their thick books. So like if it was a Dark Horse title, you knew it was going to cost a little more. And now Seven Seas is outdoing Dark Horse, and I'm like, no one is supposed
it's
to
not a competition to be the most expensive. We're supposed to go in the other way.
Capitalism says it is, but I'm just like, why? Which I will say I kind of understand why Seven Seas would be. No, because they have translators, and I'm like, wait, but so, all manga has translators. So then I'm like, I no longer know anymore. I thought I had something, and I did not. I was wrong. I did. I tried so hard and got so far. What?
Wow!
I'm unsure why my two guests in sync made that noise and that face.
You were singing Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2, right?
No!
What? 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 Oh my god, Phoebe!
I'm a weird.
I was singing Linkin Park. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
In my defense, Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2. 1 is a banger. 2, I had mentioned Frozen earlier in a gift.
I wasn't here for that. I don't think.
Not verbally. In the group chat with me, you, and other people. And then I don't know. Lost in the Woods is probably based on that. I don't know, Katrina.
No, okay. Lost in the Woods is based on an 80s ballad.
Yeah.
No, Lost in the Woods is based on an 80s ballad, like boy band style. That is, if I'm thinking of the right song, the one with Kristoff?
Yeah, no, it's like, it does the Queen thing.
No, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I need to send you some 80s boy band ballads, because Queen does the 80s boy band ballad thing, but no. In the End by Linkin Park is 90s grunge metal.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not old.
2000. All right, it's the the early 2000s, the era of the 90s 8.
Yeah, I think it was like 03 to 05 or something like that, I think.
Chris says it's 07, which I trust his encyclopedic music knowledge.
It came out for the Transformers movie, which came out in 2000.
I don't know. As I said, the 90s 8 from the years 2000 to 2009. That's just an extended 90s.
Well, I couldn't even read at that point.
Is it grunge metal? Like, what's the genre?
For Linkin Park?
Well, for In the End specifically, because I don't know if Linkin Park songs can hit a couple different ones, I think. I don't know. Either way, very different than 80s boy bands.
Nikki's popping up to be like, hey, I'm here. Stop offending people. CB, stop being in this. Yep, there it is.
Oh, that one did come out in 2000. That's what I thought.
I was going to say, Google says it came out in 2000.
So I was right with 90s, sort of. It's close enough. Hold up, Fox. Holy shit. Holy
At least I've heard
shit.
of Linkin Park.
Right,
I've never listened to any on purpose.
Go back to school. What the fuck? This is the wrong timeline. Let me out. I don't want to be here. New metal. Okay, they're new metal. Like NU metal, not NEW. Okay, well, CB, later Fox and I will introduce you to Linkin Park, because Linkin Park is one of those...
sounds like the name of a lead from a new adult romance novel.
Hold on. Be very careful what you say about Linkin Park, because that is a band of a generation. And
yes, but every time I hear Linkin Park, the name, because I've never purposely listened to one of their songs, I just think of it's a man, like it's a character of a romance novel. So I am curious to what their music actually sounds like.
Fox and I will send you some songs to do your research, because that's one of those bands that Fox and I both really like and enjoy, and bonded over the fact that we both like and enjoy them. They speak to our angsty souls. But no, a lot of Linkin Park songs are actually about at least the older Linkin Park era that I listen to and recall. Thematically, it's a lot of songs about him and his relationship with his dad and kind of like dealing with that. And as the 90s generation was a bunch of children dealing with their feelings for their parents, we all related a little bit. That's like, in the end, that's literally a song about like he tried so hard and he got so far, and it's like he's talking like directly to his dad. He's like, I put my trust in you. I went as far as I could go.
I'm not judging. My head hurts. Yeah. If the wincing is not judging Sam, just for the record.
You don't generally wince when you judge me, so I wouldn't have thought that. I know your judgment keys. Don't worry about that. But I can't. My eyes.
I've been banned from talking to someone until I listened to all of Linkin Park twice.
It's like, I'm older than you and I know the song. Yeah, like Linkin Park's lead singer died. And
oh damn.
I actually don't know if that's his name. No, that's not his name.
No, Chester Bennington.
Thank you. Yeah. Chester died, and they have found a new lead singer whom is female.
Oh, they're still happening?
Yeah. They release new music.
Look, bands don't last that long. The 90s were a long time ago.
But 80s bands live forever. Fucking Cher has lived since the 60s.
The defining band of my generation was One Direction. They were around for like 3 days. So
that's fair. A lot of new bands do in fact not last, but like Guns N' Roses broke up and came back together and toured again. So old bands, they're just like, yeah, we'll just keep going. It's fine. We'll put our guitars down when we die. But yeah, like Linkin Park with their new singer that's the band that sings Heavy as the Crown in Arcane. Although I will say the Heavy is the Crown in Arcane, I feel, is a more gentler remix than their actual like performance of it. But yeah, a lot of people were concerned about how she would sound in the band, but she sounds great.
I was gonna say, yeah, they sound really good still. She was a good choice.
Yeah. And it didn't even matter. CB does have a point. The newer bands break up. Yeah, that's something I hadn't thought about. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? Newer bands really don't last. But like, there's a lot of older bands that still tour to this day. Like Evanescence is one. Oh, Hailstorm. Well, hold on. What are we defining as newer? When did Hailstorm start?
Hailstorm was in the 90s.
Okay, so are we counting? What are we counting as old? Just before CB was born?
I would move it up.
Up?
Like 2006 would be old. Maybe up to 2010. Well, that means they're no longer classified as new, therefore they are old.
Yeah, no, look, I'm fine. I'm just trying to figure out where your line is so that I can try to figure out.
I don't think RP's okay when I said 2006.
I mean, oh my god, sorry, I was looking for when Hailstorm started, which they were active from 1997. I think.
That's the year after Tom Holland was born.
Yeah. Well, I was 7. But then I like looked down. It's like people also ask, is Hailstorm a religious band? I don't know how much y'all know about Hailstorm, but they have a song called "I Get Off on You, Getting Off on Me," and I don't.
I think that's religious.
Do you think that's religious?
Amen.
Apparently in its early days it was referred to. Oh, well, in its early days, she was a baby.
Who's a baby?
Lizzie Hailstorm. The like
her last name's Hailstorm?
Yeah, the band is named after her. Oh, sorry, Lizzie Hale, and the band is named after her. But yeah, they like when they started touring, I don't remember her exact age, but she was like 15 or 16. But the band was like, they kind of broke away from the stereotypes of rock and roll bands fucking up girl teenagers. And instead, they were like very protective of her. They were like, she's not allowed to go to a lot of after parties. She's not allowed to drink and stuff and all that. So yeah, their early stuff was a lot more tame and encouraged people to like not do drugs and alcohol. But like their later stuff, I'm like religious. What about what's that one song? It's Room something. Hailstorm. Room. Yeah, there's a song. It's called Room. It's Room 1334.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
I have no idea.
That's fine. There's although I Am the Fire is a really good one, and they also have a lot of like just
very good.
Yeah, they have a lot of really empowering songs too. They're a great band.
That's good.
Yeah. Sounds like it could be really. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, when music is labeled religious, that's not generally the themes. That's all. Hey, Jessica. I have 9+ messages. What's happening here?
RP got praise for being the voice of reason about my classification of old.
I did? Wait, where? What?
By Fox. Fox said thank you, RP, for laughing at CB's poor classification of old voice of reason.
I wouldn't be like, yeah. that's new music.
Music does have a
Or even
much
the new
like,
wave of music.
yeah, it's like every decade is a new wave of music. So technically it would have been 20 years since those
2015.
songs came out.
So One Direction would be the old wave of music.
Holy
You
fuck,
know,
that's-
it's weird.
Ended in like
Yeah,
2015.
See, it's
That's
weird because in my
terrifying.
brain, I'm like, yeah, One Direction's one of the newer boy bands, but I'm like, yeah, no, they've like, well, I mean, they are one of the newer boy bands. There hasn't really been many boy bands since
Yeah.
One Direction that I know of.
They were fading
So-
out when I was a child. Not actually.
Yeah, but I'm like, but
I think it's 2015.
but music life wise, they are old. So it's not my fault that music.
They
has
did
a
break out in
shorter
2015.
half-life.
Go me. I was like hashtag not like other girls, and I didn't like One Direction, mostly because the majority of my friends were.
Oh,
really
I fucking.
them, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I was just
I have
like,
made.
that's weird.
I have made fun of so many One Direction songs because they pissed me off. Like, I was talking to somebody and it's like, but it's such a, oh, what's that fucking song? That beautiful one.
You're musical because you're beautiful because you don't know you're beautiful.
And that's what makes you beautiful. I fucking hate
Yeah,
that
nothing
song.
makes
I'm
you
like,
beautiful.
why would my ignorance and lack of confidence attract you to me? Like, what is that? That means that you want someone who's like has low self-esteem and easily manipulated. I'm not here for
think
this.
the intention is that you're not like egotistical or like
No, that's the thing. It's like,
but it's not
like,
what
no, don't give them the benefit of the doubt for playing into society's bullshit. No.
See, I want to figure out who wrote it, because if they wrote it when they were kids, then I'm gonna give them. Actually, no, it was probably Simon
It's probably
Cowell
a
doing this
song.
behind the scenes.
No, see,
actually-
because the lyrics, see, you're like, oh, maybe they're like, they like that she's not egotistic. No, literally, there is a lyric that says, "You're insecure."
Don't know what for.
And I'm like, sir, why does
Is that their like awesome? No, best song ever is a great music video. Zayn does drag. It's so much fun.
I judge music based upon the lyrics that piss me off when I'm eating lunch with my sisters.
Okay.
Not really, like, but that's what it was. Because
I
we
was
were
never a directioner. I did like, oh my god, I just gotta like me at.
Well, here's the thing.
16.
Okay, so here's the thing. You also have to
Hi, Chris.
understand the boy bands that I grew up with
Yeah.
were like it's mainly there was Boys to Men who
Okay, which I have heard of.
oh, they had their like love ballads are so great. And then in the 90s there was NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys. And they were basically the same band, but their songs would have two different themes. Like one of them would be about how they're basically simping and longing for a girl, and the other ones are basically like, I'm kind of a piece of trash, but I still want you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you get that, and then we go to One Direction, who's telling me you don't know you're beautiful, and that's what makes you beautiful. And I'm like, sir, this makes no sense, and do not. They had other songs that I didn't like, but and I had a friend who really loved One Direction, and I was like, you do you, boo-boo.
I think I like literally barely know anything about them, but I had a very
The Bo
small
Burnham song. Which one?
One Direction phase that I hid by making a playlist called Homework. And I'm like made sure to set like the picture of something else so it wouldn't show what I was listening to on, because I shared playlists with my brothers and my dad. Not that they would judge me, but I was so like insecure about listening to One Direction because I was so like, oh, I'm not like other girls. I don't listen to One Direction. And then I like heard one of their songs. I think it was probably like History or Story of My Life, which were written by Harry Styles. I was like, wait, this actually sounds pretty good. And then I like went and watched their YouTube videos and got enthralled by Pretty Boys singing. And I'll listen to One Direction every once in a while and be like, they have good songs and they have not great songs. As most bands do, but yeah.
I will amend that my hatred of One Direction I speak of was like the early days of One Direction. I no longer actually care.
I'm
one way or
excited
the
for
other.
one day the documentary that will come out about One Direction and all the like probably nefarious things happening behind the scenes. Because I mean, yeah,
that's just the world we live in now.
Yeah.
There
So
was
I
one
look
more
forward to
thing.
that in like 10, 20 years.
I
If
was
it
gonna
takes that
say,
long.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, which Bo Burnham song? I had to look it up. It repeated stuff. He's making fun of love songs. It's fair. Hey, Eva. Oh, music chat. Yes, we were discussing lots of different music, including there's a Boys to Men song I really want to listen to, and I can't remember what it's called, so I'm gonna have to look for that. That's gonna be my first task this sprint.
I'm gonna go get water and then drink a lot of water. Because I am parched.
I was trying to hit play from this screen. I
Oh.
need to be okay.
Hi, Chris.
3, 2, 1, go. And we're back.
Hello.
How did everybody
Hi, Chris.
do?
Hello.
Chris can't see or can't hear me.
No,
I'm
he
not-
can't. You keep saying that, and I'm like,
Because you haven't gone. CB says hi like you usually do. So I'm gonna message Chris.
okay. Well, I told him that earlier, but it's because you keep doing it when I'm like, I'm doing other things, and you're not saying hi, Sam. So I'm like, she's not talking to me.
Girl, I say hi to you every fucking morning. Every morning. First thing I do, I go hi or morning.
All
Or
right,
respond
Miss
to my
Defensive. I'm not saying you don't greet me. I'm saying because in the moment you're saying hi, Chris, not hi, Sam. My brain is like, oh, she doesn't need my attention. She's not talking to me. Gosh. So you know they can see you. Okay. He got a fresh haircut and
Oh.
whatnot today.
It looks good from his side profile that we can faintly see.
CB says your fuzzy side profile looks good. He's stressed right now. The desktop, his power source blew. Thankfully, he had a backup, but he just got done putting it in and testing to see if it was the power source. So he just let him be.
No worries.
Katrina said this also because
Hey, look.
I
know.
I'm trying to catch up in chat. I'm trying to catch up in chat very quickly.
I'm responding to chat.
And boy bands. NKOTB is more my gen. What do those letters stand for? I need to know if I know it.
New Kids on the Block.
Oh,
thank
I've
you.
heard of
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
so funnily enough, it is. So funnily enough, my mom and my aunt were obsessed with them. So growing up, I had this purple New Kids on the Block, very 90s jacket. And for years, when I was older, I had no idea why I had that jacket. And I found out they were a band, and I was like, oh.
Did it say New Kids on the Block or something?
Yeah, it said New Kids on the Block. I was like, I don't know why I have a new kid. Because I was just like, maybe we were moving, and so I...
That's so sad.
Sort of shaped me for life now that I think about it. That's fair. Jessica, it's a bad shoulder day, just like yesterday, so I'm not writing. I'm sitting here cross-stitching and watching a Jacksepticeye video.
I did knitting yesterday. Technically, I know how to knit. I don't remember. I had to watch YouTube videos. But that's something I'm doing a shawl.
I crochet. Him and Gab Smulders are playing Split Fiction. Nice. Oh, also, I realized that I was not thinking of a Boyz II Men song. I was thinking of a Brian McKnight song. But I found the song. So. CB was reaching for goldfish, and Storm thought she was reaching for her and moved her head would be free for pets. But the pets did not happen.
It was so sad. She went she did her little oh thing too. She lifted up her head, but I was already passing her, and I was grabbed the goldfish and I stared at her and I turned around and I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she did some rounds around the room, and she's now gone back to sleeping.
Katrina finally got back to writing, working on some character profiles and world building. Awesome. Eva's sister had sheets, posters, blankets, shirts, notebooks, folders, as one did, as one do. Also, in case anybody was like, "Oh, Artemis must have left Sam alone." This is my thigh. This is the cat. Oh, I'm trying to
What was the?
Yes. What I did was I was going to work on finishing the chart. Well, putting in the information for everything I read last year. I'm in April. I was going to do that, but then Fox, I changed the format for how I am posting the schedule in my Discord and on the YouTube community tab, which also, if you're not in my Discord, it is completely and totally free. So you should,
Come hang out. We're going to watch Severance.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, I gotta double check on the date and time for that. We're gonna watch stuff and play games and just have a good old time. But Fox pointed out to me there was an inconsistency in the formatting for something, so then he and I discussed how we could make it more consistent, or how we could fix the consistency and do things. So I edited that because it's all good. I will say I misunderstood what he was pointing out at first. So I was like, I can't fix that. And then he's like, oh, but this. And I'm like, oh, that can be fixed. And then we lamented over Discord and YouTube's lack of letting us edit and customize things.
Boom.
Yeah. I used to be in the Discord, then I disappeared for a couple of years. That's fine. You can come back.
You can come back. We'll welcome you.
I removed the paywall, so you can come back for free.
What did you get done, RP?
Yes.
I was doing beta reader stuff. I just sent out the manuscript
Woo.
to everybody. Realized that I needed to make a new Word doc. So I had to copy and paste everything from the Google ones over. And then I had to do the same thing for the beta reader one, for the questionnaire. And so, yeah, that's what I did.
Nice.
Exciting and also slightly nervous.
Yeah. But it's exciting.
Totally.
Yes.
Exciting.
Bury their nervousness under the excitement.
Is there a preferred deadline for such?
Not in particular. Although I'm gonna send out new sections every 4 weeks because someone asked for every 4 weeks. So, I mean, if it can be done before then.
Oh,
great,
no, definitely. I ask because, as I said at the beginning of the stream, children's spring break and Chris took a couple days off, so we're doing a lot of family stuff this week. So I realistically probably could not get to it and give it actual good attention and feedback until I was going to say Friday, but Saturday, because I will be playing Baldur's Gate with CB on Friday.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Which brings us to what I did, which was, funny enough, I was actually watching a YouTube video. It was a commentary video, and they're talking about streaming games, like a game streamer, and then it was like a pot. Anyways, so
she's researching.
Yeah, let's call it that. But I was looking into different ways to stream Baldur's Gate this weekend or on Friday, and then checking the time with the Sam, and then I think we can. So I kind of want to stream to TikTok. No particular reason why. I don't think we'll get a lot of views, but I just kind of want to try it, I
have watched several videos and documentaries on different TikTok streamers, not video game streamers, just streamers in general.
Yes. And
the TikTok streaming space, for content
is wild.
It's a low fucking bar.
I know.
Literally.
I think Sam and I are pretty entertaining. Baldur's Gate's fun and it's popular. I wonder what happens if we combine all of these things with the land that is TikTok. So obviously it'd be a different format, but I currently have the vertical format open in a different tab, and I think both can stream at the same time. So just from two different windows.
Look at Jessica flexing, doing what she told us she would be doing. I started on my chart, but
I didn't.
You know.
I got water, and I got
See?
food.
she completed her tasks. Sorry, continue with what you were saying on the podcast.
So I was looking into that, and then also other sources, like other ways to stream and stuff like that. Because I don't know.
She's trying to turn
I
me
wanna
into
do
her
it well.
cash cow with her.
Yeah. But also like I want it to be entertaining and to reach more people.
Yeah.
Also, I have no idea how to use Twitch. Like technically,
That's
I like
fair.
linked my page and none of my streams are saved on there, and there should be like 3 or 4. Like it says I have no content. I have 1 follower though. I know who that follower is, but I have 1 follower. And I have absolutely no idea what to do with that. So it's fine, but I should probably watch some videos on how to use Twitch or read instructions, but that's a lot of work, so I'll probably watch some videos on how to use Twitch.
If you make money off of us, I would just like 1 book. The like level of money you make will determine how often I would like a book.
Book, not splitting it 50-50 or anything. You're just
Wow.
like, no, a book every once in a while.
Like, it depends. I
If I
guess
become
50-50
filthy
is
rich off of the
fine.
2 of us TikTok streaming, I will buy you an entire wing of your house full of books.
If you become a millionaire, pay off my house.
Yeah, I'll pay off
And
your
hire
house.
cleans. That's
if
what I
we
want in
together
return.
for streaming, not just like completely.
Well, yes,
separate.
yes.
If we make content and I get all the money, I will pay off your house.
Yes. Yeah, we'll figure it out at some point.
Sam's like, when this happens, we'll figure it out. But I actually don't have a TikTok. Well, yes, I have a TikTok, but I have a TikTok, not CB Ferrenz.
She does not have a public TikTok.
No, my TikTok is locked down. I used to post videos on it, and I got like a couple thousand views. I have like a couple thousand followers on my TikTok.
I have a TikTok
But then I
that
looked at it and went, ooh, and shut it down.
every so often on my TikTok, I'm like, yeah, so I want to talk about writing things and stuff. Or, I had some thoughts about life. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start posting there more often again. And then they don't see me for months.
My front camera's broken. I would post on TikTok probably really often if my front camera wasn't broken. I'm actually literally texting my dad about this because he said he'd try and figure out how to fix it for me.
Yes.
Into phone camera fix, please.
That's right. That's right, Katrina.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so TikTok coming soon? ? Maybe I'll do that next sprint. I'll make a TikTok. But I feel like I should have some TikTok videos in reserve before I make the TikTok so that I can like post something.
Well, all right, so to be fair, a lot of the TikTok videos, unless you're editing them outside of TikTok, you could make the TikTok start making videos in the drafts and stuff and just not, what's the word I'm looking for? Just not advertise it until you have things ready. Like, don't be like, hey, I'm on TikTok now until you've got enough videos in the...
Where it's worth looking at. I've
There's a
considered
word in the bank.
Queens of Twilight and doing TikTok sketches over my Queens of Twilight scripts.
Yes.
Or my I have the Gay Fire, like I called it the Gay Fire Boys. I don't actually remember what I properly titled it, but it was for a playwriting class and it's a drama. There's a fire, like a school burned down.
There are
my two sketches on there.
There are several people I follow for their TikTok sketches, and then they'll be like, oh, and you can read the rest of their story in this book that I just published. And I was like, you dirty bitches. You've been
advertising me the whole time.
How dare you? But also, that's pretty good. You got me. I won't lie. So,
And like literally can't tell some of them apart from the like just the accounts just dedicated to doing sketches.
Yeah. And I like sketches. So
I had a TikTok when it was Musically, and I wish I could get into it because I desperately need to take it down. I thought you were like, I desperately need to get into it because it's really good and easy marketing. But then no, you mean like literally hack back into your account.
Erase that.
Hey, let me fix that problem for you. I should probably go back to TikTok, but I haven't bothered. I don't think anybody has to go back to TikTok. just for what it's worth.
I'm getting a walking pad, and I have my Not Stanley, but I could do like walking pad girly content. Pretend I'm walking on a walking pad. That's a whole thing on TikTok. Thank you for the reactions from my fellow hosts. Yeah,
I
CB,
nodded, but
that's
you
such a
know
good
I'm
idea,
doing
CB.
something.
You would fit in so well, CB. You're a white woman. Cute.
You know I'm in the middle of fixing a thing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to entertain the masses.
You can
Or
just give me a little like snort or a chuckle when you can sense
I
that. My statement.
nodded.
Like I don't care what she's saying, but I'll give her something.
I gave you physical cues. I was like,
I can't see that far, Sam. Actually, I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were hearing it. Your camera quality is fixed.
Fixed.
Yeah,
like
it's like
the internet
really
was so bad before. It's no longer. You're not pixelated.
Cool.
Yeah, the whole stream you haven't been pixelated. There was like that one point you cut out, but other than that, you've been perfectly good.
Are you saying the day Chris's computer is off, my connection works?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. My TikTok, actually, I'm not going to describe anything about my. Oh, wait, no, it's privated. I said something about like being attracted to both Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers, and I was like, when I was like a baby bisexual, I was like, wow, I'm so groundbreaking. And then I made a couple like cleaning my room TikToks, that are like not the stop motion ones, but like there was a trend where like it was like a Star Wars grenade sound, and then it was the whole thing. But yeah. Apparently I'm rotting brains by talking about this, but too bad. I could be a great TikToker. I have a friend that is actively, or I have multiple friends that are actively making a living off of TikTok, and I could just ask them for advice, but that's
You should.
different.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I did ask one, we haven't chatted in a while, but they did give me a bunch of advice. Promptly forgot a lot of it, but I did remember the fact that you have to be like, you really have to be consistent with TikTok, or the
Yeah, you gotta
algorithm
post,
will
like,
just
daily.
drop you. And which is intense because I'm not consistent with posting. In case you guys haven't noticed that from the past 5 years of.
I was. I'm not anymore, but also I have my platform is now currently #hobby.
I have
Because
plateaued.
So
I really should just treat it like a career. Like I should get up and work on YouTube things for like 5 hours, a part-time job.
I mean, do it now while you have the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn it, guys. Am I going to have to be productive or feel bad about the fact that I have time? Because...
well, like, if this makes you feel better, I finally figured out how to log out of Linktree. So, I've been logged into the Storyteller. Yeah, I've been logged into the Storyteller Hearth's Linktree without being able to log out for like 2 months, and so I've just been doing all my Linktree things for my author stuff on my phone. But I was like, no, I don't want to pull out my phone. And then I was like, wait, what is this? And I finally found it. Finally.
I
put this link.
yeah. There's a lot of little skills that go into being a content creator,
Join the Sam's realm. Just change
and
this.
I
and
don't
you-
like a lot of them. That's not true. No, that is true. I don't like editing. And I like talking,
How is
but I
this
don't
not
love
a valid
scripting, which is
URL?
weird because I love writing. So I could just do unscripted videos with like a couple talking points, but I feel like that would end up being a lot of editing later, and that's something else I don't like. What I really need to do is win the lottery, and so I can hire someone to. I talk to them, they write down my thoughts, and then I can edit my own thoughts by hand, and then also have a video editor and also a personal masseuse. These are all things that I need for my YouTube channel.
You started off pretty reasonable, CB.
What do you mean? Everything about that is a necessity. I've considered reaching out to a couple of my like a hashtag unemployed film bro friends and being like, hey, do you want an unpaid gig? Edit my YouTube videos. But I feel like I don't want them to say yes because they would only be saying yes out of pity. So I don't ask. Because they'll probably just say no. And I don't have any
Okay.
videos. Yeah.
There's an invite to the Discord server in the video description and in chat and now on my link tree. I have fixed it. It's everywhere now.
But it's fine. I'll just get good at editing again. I say that like I was ever good at editing. I'll get good at editing. Period. I'll get passable at editing. I'll just add a million like punch-ins or like slow zooms. I'm sure that won't be distracting at all.
Personal masseuse is very reasonable. I feel like it is.
Thank you, Katrina.
If I'm making
We're on the
money.
same one.
Oh my.
Personal hairstylist as well. Just give me long, luscious locks with their hairstylist magic. Yeah, like RP.
Now I have to.
You kind of asked for it, CB.
I know. That's all I can do. No, I can get like another 2 inches and then I have to, chop it off again.
It's been hiding in a ponytail this whole time.
I hate you that it looks so good right now.
I know. So pretty.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so that's my influencer's dreams. Thanks for having.
Thanks for having what? Thanks for having you on.
I said
Yeah.
thanks for coming to chat, not to you. You don't have a choice. I'll just show up.
I had hair in my ear. She does. She has access to my accounts.
I do. Hence the reason we have the same name on this right now. That'll be
you
my
can
first.
change that. Like
Can
once
I?
you're in, yeah, you could change. That's how Wednesday.
I
It's
know
either
you did
Wednesday.
it the other day, but you have weird sorcery, so.
Okay, yeah. To like explain our name, was it the book talk? Yes, it was the book talk. We were talking about we are context and execution, and so I wrote CB's name as we are context, and then on mine I said and execution.
I remember you changing it to that, but I don't remember saying us we are context and execution.
I
trust
said it.
Okay. I was like,
It was my joke.
I just apparently wasn't listening hard enough.
No, it's whenever you go to log in, if you change the name, it will only change for you. Like it just prompts you with the last name you had when you logged in, but you can
Yes.
change it, and it won't change mine if I'm like already here.
I assumed it would have because we are
Yeah.
both the same account. I have my own account, but it isn't paid. Because I'm a leech on Sam for a multitude of platforms.
You could say that you're a leech, or you could also say that I demand certain levels of quality on my Whip Wednesday, and you host half of it, so you have to be here.
Well, these streams are the only thing that I'm like onto your account of.
It's like she was gonna do her own thumbnail for Whip Wednesday, and I was like, it's Fox. I need them to match.
I took a graphic design class that I did poorly.
Doesn't
in.
matter. You're not the graphic design god.
No, I don't think I have an artistic vision. The only thing I can do artistic, like visually appealing, is embroidery, and I need a pattern for
Look,
that. So
I used to try to make my own thumbnails, but trying like it makes me cry because I don't have the I don't have the tools to match my level of knowledge.
oh, I don't have
And
either of those.
yeah, but like
Knowledge.
if I had the tools to match my level of knowledge, I could learn to be even better. But it's like because I am horribly aware of both the disconnect and the lack of like I am not terrible, but I'm not good. I'm somewhere in between there, I think. And so it literally makes me cry sometimes. I get so frustrated. And Fox is like, you are not allowed to cry over something that I can do for you in like 10 minutes.
Wow. I've had multiple times where I'm like, oh, I'll do a pop-up live stream. And then I'll get like opened Canva and looking at it and being like, never mind. I don't like this anymore. I need to do like a standard pop-up, like have a thumbnail and just change out the dates and stuff. But every time, yeah, because I've multiple times been like, oh, I'll be spontaneous. And then
I sent you a template. Do you not like my template?
Fox didn't like the template.
That's fair. This is what I always tell Fox. I'm always like, you do it if you don't like what I did. And then he does, and then I feel relieved and offended at the same time.
I'm not a master
Wow.
manipulator. I'm bad at doing it.
I use the Storytellers Hearth to try to improve myself little by little because
Oh
I'm doing the graphics for those.
yeah, we just got a
Except-
message. It was bad. If you want to see the bad thumbnail, go check out my channel. There's plenty of bad thumbnails, all created by yours truly, except the one by them.
I take no offense at Fox hating the pre-made template I found on Canva that I edited slightly. Yeah.
Part of me is like, can I go back and replace all of my old thumbnails because they're really fucking terrible?
You can.
But the other half of me is like, I can't make better now. So
that is a problem.
I probably can. The bar is low.
Well, I was talking to somebody about like they had a bunch of thumbnails, but they rebranded. And I mean, this is a slightly different thing, but they rebranded and they were like, now I don't know if I should go back and change all of my old thumbnails to match my new brand. And I was like, well, no, because this is a visual cue of when your rebrand happened.
Like Taylor
and like
Swift's
that.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's like, and that's your I'm like, that's your visual cue so that when people see that, they'll know that like definitely, oh, that's my old content and everything. So they'll know to expect the old style of video editing and all of that. I'm like, otherwise it's like you're tricking them. They think they're gonna get the newer stuff, and then they go in and they're like, what the fuck, hold up. Yo, we've been talking about music, live streams, long luscious locks, TikTok.
That's about it.
Trying to make our own thumbnails. The minor religion that we follow. Yeah, the cult of the graphics lord and savior.
Mhm.
Literally in my Discord, that is Fox's title. I made
As
a
it should be. I'm pretty sure I'm the needy
So-
child who needs things. Or something like
yes,
that.
that is no, that's what I did. I make you? Yes, I did make you a cosmetic roll. She was
Mhm.
complaining that she didn't have a cosmetic roll. Which, for those who don't know, a cosmetic roll in Discord is basically a roll that does nothing but change your name, but change the color of your name, and like puts you in your own little group, or if you share it with other people. So my role doubles as the admin, but that's fine. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember. It was because you were like,
It
You
should be our server. Yeah.
yeah, you were really on it that day. You were basically like,
I
we're
was
just
joking,
fusing into the
for the
same brand.
record.
No, I know.
Yes.
I know. I say
I
this
know you know
lovingly.
that, but I need chat to know that.
Okay, yeah. Chat to know she was just in a real good mood that day, and
all
so
about
she was like, she was on cloud 9, and she's like, it should just be our server. we're slowly just becoming a Venn diagram brand where it's the C side by side and then the circle, and the Discord server should be the center.
Yeah.
Nicole's outlining a
Riot
new
Games
book.
is hiring in writers. Sorry, I have like a million alerts on my LinkedIn for job searching.
Hi,
Hi, Nikki. I do.
Nikki is outlining a new book, and would anyone like to hear my brainstorming? Yes.
Yes.
I created a shrine for Fox, and it's beautiful. Well, I was about to go send us into a sprint, but now there's Nikki's brainstorm.
We could say Nikki's
I'll just
brainstorm
wait.
after the sprint, so Nikki has time to type it out.
Yes, this is a good idea. The brands are just connected now. Writer, mom, and child. No lie. Yeah, I've considered changing the realm. His name.
I'm here. No one can get rid of me. I'm like a foot fungus.
You know what's really funny about that is I had a friend in high school that we referred to.
Sorry.
No, we just referred to him as a fungus because he was like, I grow on you like a fungus. And so you make like a foot fungus. I'm like, it's like him, but more specific. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Yoo-hoo.
Woo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Frozen. Storm, what are you doing?
We don't dislike Frozen on this channel.
I know. I was just happy to get that one right.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Hold on. I must go over there. Alright. Things have been happening in the chat. I'm gonna catch up on chat. Well, wait. That's Nicole's brainstorming, so we'll save that for later. I forgot about the little senpai noticed me part of the fan club page. Okay, we will read that in a moment. Heyo, and welcome, Xena. I think I said that correctly. Let me know if I did
I
not.
really hope your name is Xena, because I just think of the warrior princess, even if it is spelled differently.
Yes, we have one more sprint.
Hi, Storm. No, Storm! She wants to be fed. She's on a diet.
I'm
So
sorry.
she's getting hungrier earlier. She's just gonna keep going back and forth between me and her food until I get up.
Trying
and
to
go
get you to feed her.
Yeah. Hi. But see?
Well,
Every time I pay her attention, she's gonna run off and try and leave me there. Hi.
I'm almost done filling in all my 8 reads from last year. I just have one more column, and that's if the read was for an event or not, which 8 of them were for year of favorites. So, but like I can't just copy paste year of favorites. I also like to be like year of favorites for this person, and then so I know who recommended it to me. So
It's very proactive.
and then I will be done, and then I will be able to move on to May, because it's gonna be May, which May kicked my ass last year. I read 6 books, and that was it, which is a lot, but not comparatively to my other months.
Can I pick you up? Are you gonna be okay with this? Nope.
No. What did you get done? Zaina. Okay.
Zaina.
Have I been unmuted yet?
Yeah, now
Yes.
you are muted. You
Okay.
have been muted this whole time. I wasn't sure if
Okay.
you knew.
I knew. I messaged Sam in Discord, and then I looked up and I thought she had unmuted me.
I think I unmuted at the same time that you messaged me, because I just looked at your message, but yes.
I was looking at magic cards because I was inspired to make a new deck, but I need to order some of the cards before I do it.
All right.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't need anything.
It also does not help that I'm dyslexic, so I did not actually like process that your name was not spelled the same as
It is a
Zena's.
good correlation, though. People think of the Chocolate Factory when, well, my name's actually Charlie, but spoiler, actually, it's not a spoiler. Secret, it's not a secret. I would like to say that Storm actually hung out with me for a really long time. I'm very happy about that. Her little face. I don't know if people can even see it on YouTube, like on their phone. It's probably just a small collection of pixels. But
so Nicole's brainstorming. Female main character, age 29, moves to Scotland to start a new life and wants to get away from her ex. Meets 3 new BFFs. She starts working for her Scottish boss hole, age 40. They slowly fall for each other.
One half.
I was trying so hard not to say for each other's other half, but then I was like, no, that's not what it says. That means 1 out of 2. Conflicts I have so far. Age gap. Male main character thinks he's too old for her. Female main character's ex. Main male character, I don't know why those double M's are fucking me up. Doesn't want to hold female main character
Male
back.
MC.
Thank you. Male MC doesn't want to hold female MC back because Scotland isn't really her home. Jealous coworker gets in the way.
Their age gap is 1 year?
No, their
No,
age gap
11.
is 11 years.
29. I read that as 39. And then I was like, it is a 1 year age gap.
It's
Like,
12 whole months, CB.
probably not even 12 whole months.
I don't understand. Her birthday is a year and the day before, or the day before his.
How dare.
Hmm.
I'm
Yes,
getting yelled at for revealing my name.
I see. He just look. He is a grumpy old man who is younger than I and set in his ways.
As he should be.
That's okay. My child was asking some things about names the other day, and I got to use Fox's actual name as an example for something. So
Wahahaha.
I'm pretty sure my youngest knew his name though, because she had no real reaction to me saying it to her. She was just like, "Oh, makes sense."
Hi, Storm.
I like the brainstorming idea.
Me too.
I would read.
It's
I would
giving,
read 29 and 30.
this is not
took me
meant
a
in a
moment.
derogatory way, but it's giving Hallmark, like cozy,
It is.
Yes.
cozy romance. It's
It
in
did take me-
Scotland, which automatically I'm here for.
I will say it did take me a moment to realize the Scottish boss hole was the main male character. So
Make him a prince, and then you have something Hallmark.
he's the lost heir to
To
a
the Scottish
clan.
throne.
To the last clan who had ruled a united Scotland.
Yeah. That's a split from Great Britain. You could make her divorce and have it be
No,
like
wait.
thing.
Scotland still had their own monarchy when they were under British rule for a time.
I don't know.
Queen
What I know
Mary-
about history comes from Braveheart.
think-
So
Wait, was Mary Queen of Scots? No, she married a French prince. Never mind, I'm misremembering. Maybe they didn't. I have to look that up.
calling all Scots in the chat. Don't think we have any. That'd be cool though. We just got a flood of like hundreds of people watching. They're like, "Hello, we are all of Scotland."
Somebody just posted us and they're like, "Hey, Scotland, they need answers." And collectively, we must take our time in reading their responses because sometimes I can follow a Scottish conversation really well. Other times, I'm like, I must translate.
I
my
would
brain evolves.
happily completely cater all content I make to the entirety of Scotland if they want that. But all of them have to agree on it.
Everyone in Scotland. During the sprint, oh wait, I read that. Sorry, Katrina. The female main character also helps take care of the main male character's daughter. And there's a daughter. There's a daughter.
Oh, if there's a daughter, there might be an ex, and then it can be I'm trying to take pictures.
Or the ex is dead. I'm good for fridging people in contemporary romance. I'm here for single parents who don't have drama with their exes, or he and his ex could get along and co-parent wonderfully, and then they have a free babysitter. Storm.
She's just
He's working because he
glaring at the back of my chair.
He's working because he got cut off his inheritance. So there's another with the daughter, yeah. I don't know. I think Macbeth was the king of Scotland. He was a king of Scotland, but I don't think they were under British rule at the time.
Was Macbeth real?
Macbeth is based on a real king, yes.
Look.
Okay, to be clear, there is no question as to whether or not Scotland had a monarchy. It's whether or not they still had their monarchy while under British rule. is
Yeah,
the thing
don't
I can't
undermine
remember.
Scotland's monarchy that apparently included a real person named Macbeth, and not just
In Gargoyles,
in
the
Shakespeare.
character Macbeth is based on him. And
I'm thinking about, Shakespeare, but sure, Gargoyles works too.
well, yeah, Gargoyles Macbeth is based on. That's the only reason I know what happens in the Macbeth play.
Yeah.
When
I
his
think I
daughter
read
was only a few months old, she abandoned both of them. I
Oh,
misunderstood that as the daughter abandoned them.
Yeah,
I
I
was
did
like,
for a second.
Faye? But I understand what you mean. I see now the mama. I spent that sprint doing nothing, but hey, that's something. That's tasty. That'll
Oh,
fuel
I
your
want mashed
soul.
potatoes. Can you send them to me, please?
Yeah, Macbeth is based in real life. Yeah.
I don't like that actually. I don't know. A lot happens in that show.
We should watch Gargoyles, Fox. It's on Disney Plus.
Hmm.
Haven't seen
I was
that
thinking
in a
that
long
too.
time.
I thought you were
I'll talk about
gonna
that in a
shift the
second.
conversation to talk about Mulan. I'm like, yeah, Mulan. I know what happens in that movie. Not a real person.
In a second. I was thinking that too, that the MMC's ex/mother of his daughter abandons them, then passes away somehow. Yeah, I have no idea if it was under Britain's monarchy. Yeah, that's what we weren't sure about.
So, according to Google, they
Mulan
shared
is
a monarch since 1603, and Queen Anne became the last monarch of Scotland and England, and the first of Great Britain.
Got it.
According to Google, Mulan's not real.
No. Mulan is based on the Chinese warrior Hua Mulan, who appears in the poem Ballad of Mulan. There is like a lot of speculation as to whether or not the poem is based on a real person. Like, not entirely, but if there was a female warrior who inspired the poem.
Like King Arthur.
Yes, very similarly. So it's like,
They would
so
get
the
along.
argument
My
the
version.
argument isn't like, is the poem based on history so much as was there a female warrior that inspired this poet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why when you were like, she wasn't a real person, I was like, yes and no. Just Googled it, and yeah, they had an independent monarchy in the Middle Ages. I must go now. One of my roomies watched a movie with me. Great seeing you guys. Have fun. Hope to see you more.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Who's that first?
That was Katrina.
No, who's that?
Oh, that's RP. Yes,
Hi,
he's a
Chris.
person. He says hi, Chris. He said okay, and then went back
At
to
least
watch
you got
wrestling.
acknowledged. That's progress.
They might be cold by the time they get to UCB. After all, I live in Texas, and it takes like a whole day to get out of Texas. That's
Go
fair.
quick.
She's in California though, so like
That is
closer
still really
than a
far
lot of other
away.
states.
I was gonna say that's
It's like
still like
closer than me.
No, it's not. Cap.
California is not closer to Texas than Texas is to Tennessee.
Texas is like maybe like a state away.
Depends on where in Texas, I think. It's a really big state. But I think you were closer.
Look at a map. Hold on. I
At least
some
Los Angeles.
they might be about the same distance actually.
I don't know. I have no spatial. I thought
And only the state of Arkansas.
I thought I was closer, not closer to Sam now, but I thought I was not. I'm so far from Sam now.
Oh
Before
my
we-
gosh, I did the thing again.
What thing?
That's my backup.
Hi,
For some
Tina.
reason. Okay, so on a map where, like, I always do this and I don't know why, but on the map, you see where Alaska is? I'm always like, yeah, no, Texas is just like right here. So for some reason, I always put Texas under Arizona and New Mexico instead of beside New Mexico.
and I don't know why. I think like in my brain, I'm just like, yeah. It's like that space between like Louisiana and Texas, they don't touch. That's just more Gulf. And I don't know why, because I know better. Like, if you give me a map, I can label all the states. It's just for some reason I always put Texas.
I couldn't even list all of the states. Don't laugh at me. Only I can laugh at me. That was such a genuine laugh. Like, not even a nerd, dumbass.
Hey, I don't think I could list all 50 of them, but if you give me a map, I can label all 50 of them. I'll remember them.
No.
Yeah.
We should do next party stream is just we all get the state maps and our
No.
Chat just spends the entire time being offended. Like one person from each state will be like, as someone from Vermont, a state
all
of
my regulars. Look, all of my regulars need to be able to label Tennessee, not because I'm from it, but because y'all came here. You should always be able to label the state you visited.
I've visited a lot of states, Sam. That is a bold assumption.
Then you should be able to label a lot of states. It's not an assumption. It's a belief. I think you should be able to. Not that people can.
I
can't. Bella spent the sprint writing / editing, got 288 words. Nice. Hey yo, Tina. And no American geography. Oh no, American geography, my weakness. Fair. Aren't you both 2 states away technically? Yes, because I forget that Texas touches Louisiana. There's an Animaniacs. There's also one for all of the countries. One day I want to see you all try to identify the Canada province and territories. I might not be terrible at the provinces.
I used to label. I feel like I know most of them.
I could label Toronto probably on a map. I know that's a city. It's not a province or state. It's
Correct.
just a city. But yeah, that's all I can label.
Tina. There's a 50-50 chance I remember what Tennessee looks like. I'll take those chances. We're short and wide. So Gargoyles has a tragic history. It was really popular and it was doing really well, and they had like all of this plot and everything. But if I remember correctly, they were like going to stop, and then they were like, "No, everybody loves this. You must continue it." And they had this but then something got bought out and their budget got cut, and it was just like they still had ideas and everything, but the production just went down, and it's so sad. I
went to a Gargoyles, a show I've never seen. There's a convention at Ithaca College, which is where I went to the college, on different comics and stuff. And Gargoyles had a panel, and I was in charge of being staff for it because I signed up as a volunteer. And so I sat in a call with Sam and Fox so they could listen to the panel, because I had no idea what was going on. It was free. So it wasn't like I was beating anyone out. But yeah, so it was cool. It was interesting. They showed some. It looked really cool. Very nostalgic type of animation.
Nostalgic. You hear what she's calling us now.
It is a nostalgic type of animation.
I know. So it's just kind of funny that it's labeled that now, especially since a couple cartoon shows are trying to emulate that style now because it was so popular. The 90s cartoon animation.
My mom and I did the Warner Brothers tour when she visited, and they have a whole section, shelf area for Batman the Animated Series, which was really cool. I have to rewatch that.
Oh, hold on.
I have been to Cali, born there. Texas, lived there. Canada, Alberta, Tennessee, and Virginia. So I know I can point those out on a map. See, that's what I believe.
Yeah, you're the
Okay, I can
province.
probably do a good chunk until we get to the Midwest, and then
North
Yeah.
Carolina because of Ticket to Ride.
So fair. Love Ticket to Ride. It's the only game I've beaten my mother at playing board games. She is a more board game master. But I very much enjoy Ticket to Ride. We should play Ticket to Ride on stream. Actually, I don't think that would be enjoyable, but we should just play Ticket to Ride in general in the server or something.
What is Ticket to Ride?
So it's a map, or it's a game about trains where you try, you get a map with, and there's like maps for different countries and states, and so like the U.S. map has about all the major cities, different time of a chosen time period on it, and there are planned railroad routes connecting each city, and you get these route cards, which will say you have to get from Los Angeles to New York, right? But there's like spindling paths, and you have to build like color coordinated, like you need 3 purple train car. I don't think there is purple, but purple train cards to build that that like connecting from LA to Las Vegas. I'm so glad I pulled up another city that's actually semi along this route. So you need to play those 3 purple train cards, and so you can put down that route. But you're playing against the other people at the table who are also trying to build their own routes. And if someone else had LA to Vegas, but there's only one route, like there's only one path there, like directly, you have to like hide which routes you have, and because you can like sabotage each other by building stuff, like putting your own trains on the rails, so that blocks that off. So they'll have to like go way up like to San Francisco and then over and down again. What should be a really easy and short route, like we'll have to go way around, or it'll just block off like a city. And so you get points for completing these like route cards, and then you can also get points for having like the longest route, and you only have so many trains that you can place, and when the first person gets down to like 3 trains left or something like that, then it's the end of the game, and then you like count up your points. It's a lot of fun. It's fairly like once you start playing, you're like, oh, this makes sense.
It's on Steam.
It is.
Ticket to Ride.
So it's essentially Monopoly, sort of.
No.
It looks more like a. Have you ever played those war games where you like conquer territories?
Well,
I have
Risk?
seen
Yeah, like
them,
Risk.
yes.
everyone
I've seen
should
them.
join
I
the
would-
server, because I'm about to drop a picture of Ticket to Ride on the server.
Okay, but yeah, they have Ticket to Ride on Steam. There's like a starter pack. You can get different ones.
Okay, they don't have. Oh, they do have Vegas. Go me, and it's 2 train cars. That was close. I wouldn't have guessed 3 if I was actually trying to guess, but can I show it at all on like screen, Sam? Or is that,
Yeah, go ahead.
would that mess
Hold
up
on, not in here. You can go in there.
Let me.
Once you share your screen, I'll be smaller. I'm going to.
So, like, this is the general map. This is such a weird way of looking at it, but you can see there's a bunch of different, like, there's Europe. My mom collects them. So we have the Europe one, we have the US one, we have, like, Northern Europe. It's like a whole thing. But, like,
Give me a second, though. I want to catch up on chat. So I have a thought I want to work through specifically related to my future as a writer. Mind if I write it here? Yeah, sure, go for it. Write it down.
100%.
I've been to Tennessee. We crossed the border to Kentucky to go to Walmart. Correct. New York State and Florida. I can probably identify most of those.
I have it like Civilization.
Oh my god, my mother loves Civilization. Like, I'll be in the middle of. She always like I have the scene thing, so it'll pop up like my mom's playing Civilization. Whenever I'm in the middle of like something intense, it always pop up that my mom's playing, and I'm like, good for her.
I recently found out, thanks to my kid getting a world map puzzle, that I know Europe and Asia scarily well for someone who's never been there. That's fair. We might be able to play it through my computer on Steam in the server. Yeah, you would just have to share screen the same way I do Clue.
Mm-hmm.
I only have the US board on Steam because they're pricey. That's
yeah,
fair.
so
I always if I want to get something on Steam, generally I add it to my wish list and I have the settings so that it emails me when things on my wish list go on sale.
Here's the Europe one. So like for example, if I zoom in, does it zoom in for you guys? Nope, that did not work. This is weird. Okay, so for example, like, can you see my cursor?
Yes,
No.
but you need to wrap up explaining this game real quick because we have to do our last sprint.
So if you wanted to get from all right, I'm using a US map. I'm almost done. Promise. As soon as I get a proper image of a map. 1 second. I just want to be able to read the numbers. Words. All right. So if you wanted to get from Los Angeles to Salt Lake City, the easiest would be going along Vegas. That would only require 5 trains. And keep in mind you have a limited amount of trains. But if someone else blocked that off, then you'll have to go up and hit San Francisco, and that will be like 8 trains. And then if someone already gets that, then you have to go like all the way up. So even on these like big, it'll keep, it's totally a strategy game if you want to go like straight in for your like your routes or whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Yeah, Tina and my mom have the same taste in games.
It looks interesting. That's for sure. I've seen
Would you like
Toronto
to
on
start the
US
next?
maps, Tina.
What is
It's usually like up at the very top or whatever, though. An acknowledgement that it's there.
Montreal is.
Spark thing or a superhero thing?
Yeah. Don't judge me for using Bing, guys. I'm logged in my school account, and so it automatically does it. Oh, Toronto is on the US map. The one I was looking at only said it shows Montreal, but I don't know the classic one.
I did not process that y'all meant on like in the game at first. I was like, when would we absorb Toronto? That's random.
Nice. All right, I'm done. We can start the next sprint.
But
Thank you for all for
3,
coming for my
2,
TED Talk.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, yo.
And we're back.
I'm reading Solo Leveling, the novel. And holy shit, I'm that far in. I'm 54 pages in. There was one of the biggest things I didn't like from the original comic and the anime is, I'll say the spoiler through free, during like a really intense moment, a female character, like her legs give out. And in the comic and the anime, it's implied because. What you doing, Sam?
I don't want to hear the spoiler. I'm waiting till you're
said
done.
it's not a spoiler.
No.
Okay.
You don't know how my brain works. It's fine.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say it because it's not a spoiler. Because she's afraid, and but in this, it's like they actually give a reason for her legs giving out, other than her just being really afraid, and I very much appreciate that. Because I was like, oh come on, why is it the girl character that's like so scared she can't walk? So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It is very different writing style than most novels, and I'm curious if that's because it's translation or because it was originally like a web novel or a light novel, but it's almost reads like a script at points, or like the actual text from the comic pulled off as like just written down text rather than like it says creak instead of saying the doors creaked, you know? A lot of onomatopoeias. All right, Sam, you can put your headphones down now. Sam!
Sam!
I heard my name.
RP, was that spoiler free?
Okay,
Yeah,
so first of all, no. First of all, we're going to stop that right now. Like, I'm dead serious. Because a spoiler is unique to each person. A spoiler is something that spoils something for the other person.
Okay.
So if it is something that will spoil the way I enjoy media, it is a spoiler to me, regardless of anything else. I've been in these here trenches too long. No, we're not even gonna like. People who are like me, who consider very tiny things spoilers, often get made fun of and mocked like relentlessly. It's like, oh well, that's not a spoiler. It's like, well, it was to me. So
that's fair.
Yeah, reasonable.
Especially like, I figure shit out with just like a teeny tiny cookie crumb of bullshit. So.
How'd you guys do that sprint? I don't know how many pages I read. But...
I finished April, and then I didn't want to. I was like, okay, I did a month for today, so I appeased my brain, and then I had been filling out the chart while I listened to this analysis of the director of Wicked and how he didn't get the point of Wicked. And I was like curious. So I was watching that, and then I need to read this today. But I was like, I want to finish listening to this analysis first. So that's what I was doing.
Nice. Is that volume 1?
It's 1, 2, and 3.
Ah, omnibus.
Nice. I used that sprint to get all of my stuff ready for work tomorrow.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, not really.
Also, I really like that one of the things he says in he basically says that a lot of the directorial changes and everything often favor surprise over character development or over foreshadowing or lead up. And he was like, things that are it's like, it takes it away because things that are well led up to, He's like, that's not bad. Not everything has to be a surprise. And I'm like, amen, preach to the choir there. Because,
like, good setup.
Yeah, it's like good setups is still good writing. And he said oftentimes a surprise is not nearly as satisfying as a well led up to payoff.
Mm-hmm. I talked about that with the Storm's Heir. I made the decision to not do something as a surprise and instead have it be characters like solved a mystery, answered a question.
Yes. I misunderstood you for a second. And you were like, yeah, I was just talking to Storm about that the other day.
Oh, yeah,
did she? I want to know her opinions on this. But
she has the best opinions. We just can't comprehend them.
Damn. Right, I'm trying to figure out where Bella started. RP, what did you say? What you did?
Yeah, I used this friend to get my stuff ready for work.
That's right. Okay. Sorry, our weather went from 40 degrees to a lovely 70s. Like it was in the 35 to 40 range, and now it's in the 70s. And apparently this dramatic shift in temperature is enough of a climate shift for my brain to be like, oh, we're taking a vacation today. Like, no.
Yeah, apparently it's about to rain tomorrow.
You brought the rain to California.
I know. I'm like, we're doing really well with the lack of rain, and my migraines are doing really well. And then the past like couple weeks, I'm like, I'm not really feeling great.
In a similar lieu to that, our weather had been pretty like stagnant, which was great and stuff. And I was like, I know I'm fighting insurance to try to get my shot, but I might not need my shot. And then, nope, this week has reminded me, no, that you need it. Tina was studying for a medical test tomorrow, and Bordetella sounds like a part of a charcuterie board. It's a bacteria.
It does.
I did think charcuterie board. I thought it was a cheese. Not gonna lie. All right. So I'm having trouble connecting my writing with how I picture my novels, especially the fantasy ones. Okay. I personally picture them as animated movies or shows and not with real people. The novel right now seems to be the in-between of them. Like, my end goal is to get them animated. Okay, like a light novel. My thought is whether or not I should switch tactics and switch it to a screenplay or not. Well, hold on, let me finish reading the thoughts. I'm going to continue writing because I can publish them without the amount of money needed for an animated show / movie, but I'm unsure if I should write the screenplay as well.
I would finish the project. If you want to write it as a novel and you enjoy writing it as a novel, then write it as a novel. When I'm judging that it works as a novel and you're just like, oh, I would also like it as an animated show, then I would do the novel because it's a product that you can produce generally on your own and at a low cost comparatively. Then from there, you can try and shop if you want to write a script for it, you could write the pilot script, shop it around, and it would be pre-existing IP having the novel, which would help a lot for it being made, especially if the novel has any modicum of success. Unless it is a story that you think better suits like
a visual
media, and it doesn't work it could work as a novel, but it's not the same story, then that's when you would choose to write it as a screenplay. But if it does work as a novel and you're just like on top of the novel, I want it to be animated for TV, then I would continue in writing the novel.
Yeah,
I was going to say about this at some point when I'm well articulated, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say as long as if the only real issue is your mental image versus the words on paper, then I don't think that's really an issue. There's like animes exist, danmei exist. These are both genres. Did I say light novels or animes exist?
You said animes and you said
Sorry,
danmei.
I meant anime. Okay, I meant light novels and danmei exist. Also, web novels exist. In all three of these things, the art and the illustrations for them are all done in a I'm gonna say cartoonish art style, because it's not a realistic art style.
Mhm.
And then many of them will also get like animated, or they'll get comic or manga adaptations as well. So like I wouldn't worry too like I just wouldn't worry about it if it's just a thing of your mental imagery versus what is on the paper. And if you're worried about readers not being able to connect, readers are going to imagine what they're going to imagine regardless. Like, you cannot control what is in their mind. All you can really do is be like, yeah, here's the concept art, or here's the official artwork. And you're likely going to have a percentage of readers who are like me with aphantasia, who we don't even get mental imagery. So we're just going to look at the art and be like, yep, that's them. That's exactly what they look. I've never imagined another version of them in my life.
Or like other readers who look at that and go, oh, it's funny that you think that, but that's not what they look like to me.
And then you're going to get other people that are like, they don't look like that at all. What do you mean they have red hair? They have black hair, like raven black hair. And then you reread your novel like, the fuck? No, I clearly wrote crimson.
No, that says red hair. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about.
I spent that sprint putting the kiddo to bed and eating my potatoes and staring at the shipping for my copy of Go Luck Yourself by Sarah Raish. Yes. Oh, wait, staring at the shipping cost. What is the shipping cost?
Probably super expensive.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist Volume 1, 2, and 3. It was someone's pick for the year of favorites. I forgot who.
No idea.
But so I have two separate goals for the year of favorites this month. I have the first goal being to read all of the volume 1s for the series that were selected that have multiple. And then my second goal is just to read the full series. Is it unfair that I do this for the mangas and comics but not the novels? Probably. Do I care? No. I can read comics much faster.
It's different.
It is. It's different.
I'm so tired. Whoa.
No, not the cost, just the shipping. I am now confuzzled.
The cost of shipping, right?
No, not the cost,
No.
just the shipping. Oh, got you. You're tracking it.
Oh.
I see.
That makes sense now.
Yes, I too stock shit. Like, my children ordered some books from the Scholastic website, and I every night, every morning, afternoon, when I have a moment and I think about it, I check the order history, and I'm like, why are you still processing? Like, the children, they picked their books and they're done. They're happy. I'm the one who's sitting there like, I must stock it.
We're so spoiled with quick shipping. I have something that was ordered yesterday and it's coming this Friday through next Monday, and I'm like, that is so long.
I'm not spoiled with quick shipping per se. I always expect things to take 2 weeks. And then it gets here early and I'm surprised. I just stalk the shipping relentlessly.
That's fair.
For the question of novel or screenplay, it's really a matter of if the story itself is connecting with reader in its current medium, because certain mediums work better for certain stories. Although I feel like I have to mention illustrated novels and comics are significantly cheaper / more feasible to make as a duo versus an animation. So maybe finding an artist to work with would be good. Yeah, that's what the danmeis and the light novels do. Thank you for pointing that out, Tina.
Isn't danmei for boy love?
It is one example, yes.
I thought Danmei specifically referred to boy love.
Yeah. Yes, it is, but it's just in novel format, right? Or does the Danmei mean for all of them?
I didn't know. I can look this
Double
up.
check me, please. I'm sorry, my brain kept going, boy love novels. So if it's not, if it's other things, then yes, I must correct myself.
Is a genre of Chinese fictional media that involves affectionate romantic relationships between two men. So it's just a genre.
Okay.
Oh, wait, this. Oh yeah, genre of literature and media. So
Okay.
just light novels though.
Find the words for Chinese novels for me. To be clear, I knew it was boy love specific. It is in fact more broadly used than what I was using it for. That's fair.
No, I'm not looking for the classics. I don't know, Sam. This
That's
is
fine.
too
I'll
much
figure it
right
out
now.
later.
The screen's very bright.
Well, Japanese light novels and the equivalent of Japanese light novels in China.
I don't think light novel specifically refers to Japanese ones, right? Like this is a light novel.
No, light novel is specifically Japanese novels that are
reaction.
No, they are specifically Japanese novels that are intended to be light entertainment.
Okay.
I have looked this. I have done so much research into the term light novel because everybody they hear light novel and they think, oh well, it's like gonna be big, and it's like no, it's not. It's not called a light novel because of its thickness. Because some of the light novels can be they can be big boys. They can be up to 300 and 400 pages. And yes, it is specifically a Japanese term.
Okay.
Solo leveling is
Korean.
Yes. Typically, American media and sellers they're like, it's Asian, it's that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if solo leveling may be a light novel. Light novel may also be used in Korea as a term, but when you look it up, it is specifically a Japanese publication categorization. That's that's the difference between manga and manhwa. Manga's the Japanese one. Manhwa's Korean.
Yes.
Didn't know that. Interesting.
Yes. I learned that when I was a kid, and I bought what I thought was my first manga that I owned, but it was a manhwa. And I found that out because mangas read right to left. Manhwas read left to right, like American novels. So, yeah, a lot of times when Western publishing starts doing it, they don't you don't go to a manga, you don't go to a store and be like, hey, where are your manhwas? You just go, hey, where's your manga?
Yeah.
And they sell it all the same. Is it right? No.
I was in Koreatown at the used bookstore where I got the other books. And they had some web novels in book format, but it was all actually in Korean. And part of me wanted to go be like, hey, do you have these in English? But I didn't. I was already checking out, and if they did have that and I went to that section, I would spend so much money.
Hold on. I just real quick. So the term light novel, Raito Noboru in Korean, is a Japanese term that was adopted in Korea to describe a style of young adult novel primarily targeting. Yeah, so. And but so yes, in Korea they also call them light novels.
Okay. I was pretty sure they also called light
They
novels
also-
in Korea. From
But they're
this
also-
hour consumed.
Yeah, they're also just called web novels, depending on if they were published online or via a publisher first. Which the Korean term for web novel is websocio.
Okay.
But yes, well, I just wanted to be clear that I knew it was a Japanese publishing term, whether or not, because manhwa is also the Koreanized version of manga, so they just be stealing all the Japanese terms, which fair. But yeah, I'm gonna read these 4 comments from chat, and then we're gonna close down. For Alina, I think it works as a novel, but I'll figure this out better when others read it, but slightly better as an animated movie, specifically because they're humanoid beings, not just humans. I wonder then if maybe setting this question aside until you get reader feedback might be better. Just side note, I don't think them being humanoid
affects
versus the fantasy and the paranormal. A lot of weird things in those. Like, I toyed with AFO being a novel versus a comic, but I had so many scenes I pictured I knew I could draw, and my alpha reader nearly throttled me for suggesting I wouldn't draw them. But on the other side, I have seen comic artists write novels for ideas that they weren't set on making into comics that really worked as novels. Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and go. My brain is done. All right. You guys want to go ahead and say goodnight? I won't make you do outros, just like I didn't make you do intros. But say bye to the peoples.
Bye, everybody.